Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So for you guys today, I'm going to be telling you guys about the best beauty products that I tried in the year of 2021. So as a disclaimer, these products did not all launch in 2021. These are just products that I tried this year that made a lasting impression on me because I actually remembered using them. Okay, and what do I mean by that? I mean, at the beginning of the year, I used to do so many, like, I did so many testing new to me makeup. I was buying so much stuff, and like I still buy a lot of stuff, but I'm trying to actively not buy as much as what I normally do. But yeah, so these are the products that I tried this year that I think are the best. Like, these are the best of the products that I tried. And so yeah, with that being said, let's get started. Okay, so let's start off with, what do we want to start with? I have like my little makeup bag because I actually used these products today for the most part. Alright, so I guess there's really only one primer I tried this year that made like a really lasting impression, because since I've bought it, I cannot put it down. And that is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. Now, this... Okay, but anyway, so this is basically, I'm going to say it is a glorified moisturizer, but it is a moisturizer for under makeup. I realize that sounds kind of stupid, but it doesn't make my makeup separate sometimes like a moisturizer does, and it actually helps with the longevity of my makeup. I've noticed, like in areas that I normally get oily, I can just, as long as I'm wearing this particular primer, and I know this sounds ridiculous, I can just take like my finger, tap it back out, and like put a little powder back over it, and it looks like nothing's ever happened. And I never used to be able to do that before I started wearing this primer. I'm sorry if I'm out of breath, like I just ran outside. But yeah, so I really enjoyed this primer. I think that it is worth the money at full price, but if you can get it on a deal, I would do that, definitely. So there's the primer of 2021 that I really enjoyed. All right, so for foundations, I have 3 that I've tried this year that I really loved, that I think are really worth the cost, the money, because they just give me that. They give me something that a lot of my other foundations just don't give me, as in, like, if I had to pick which 3 foundations I would keep for the rest of my life, at this moment, it's these 3. So the first one is the Urban Decay Tinted Maniac, right? Is that what it's called? Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator. It's basically like a medium, light to medium coverage foundation. It is beautiful. It gives me a glow. My skin looks hydrated. It looks fresh whenever I wear that. I am wearing it right now, and I do set my makeup with a powder, which I'm also going to show you guys, just because I wear my makeup forever, like forever. So I have to go to work today still. I have to change, obviously, but like I have to go to work today still. This makeup is gonna last me till 9:30, 10 o'clock tonight, and it's not even noon yet. But I love this foundation. I'm wearing it right now. You guys can see, it gives me coverage, but it's not heavy. It is not heavy at all, and I love it so much. The next foundation is a drugstore one. This is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. I love this. I got this on sale at Ulta when they were buy one get one 50% off. This slaps, okay? To use a term that Jaclyn Hill uses a lot, this slaps. It's not even like a super matte. It is a soft matte finish that helps with your makeup. It dries down completely. Like, if you don't want to set this, you don't have to. If you have dry skin and you like a matte look, you could use this. Just don't put any powder on it, because it does dry down fully. Like, fully. It dries down to where there's like almost no shine, except for like maybe a little bit of a skin-like matte. It's so beautiful. And it's like $12. So this is so good. I really love this. I wore this the other day, and it was beautiful. I've worn this many times. It's such a good foundation. Now the third one is an oldie. It's like a really oldie, but it's a really good one. And I just tried it this year. It is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid SPF 15 Studio Fix foundation. So it's this one. This is amazing. I wear this all the time. Literally, not literally all the time, but like all the time. I wear it so much. This is like one of the ones that I recommend to people also who are looking for a new foundation that's medium to full coverage. I love this because this also covers. Now this looks like makeup on your skin, but it looks like damn good makeup on your skin. It's so nice. I really enjoy it. I look crazy if I don't have my hair down like that. Okay, but it's so nice. And the shade range for this I think is pretty good because I feel like most people are going to be able to find their undertone with this. Like this is an exact match to me. Like I don't have to blend it down my neck as long as I bring it to my chin because it matches me that well. I don't know what else to say about this. Like I can't say enough good things about this. I love this. For me to recommend it to somebody, I have to have tried it first of all. But it is such a good foundation. Like if people, I don't know why this doesn't get more hype or talked about more, but this is lovely. The only thing I don't like about it, honestly, is the fact that it doesn't have a pump, but MAC is like a makeup artist brand too. So I guess that kind of makes sense. It's not my favorite thing about it, but like, I love it. It's so good. Full coverage without being super heavy and cakey. Try it. Moving on to concealers, I have two. The first one I have is the Covergirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. I love this because this is a very creamy concealer, but it's not a cakey concealer. It gives me coverage underneath my eyes, but I don't need a ton. I can just do like a little dot here, which is what I did today, and a little swipe here, and it's enough. It gives me coverage, but it's not heavy, it's not cakey, and it's a really nice concealer. And I got this because I had a gift card to Walmart. But I love this. I really do. And the applicator is nice as well. Like, and this shade, it like blends in with my exact skin tone too almost. So I could use this as like, if I didn't want to take a foundation and a concealer with me, I could just use this as an overall face product. And it's so nice. The second one is another MAC product. So this is the MAC Studio Fix Potted Concealer in the shade NW10. Can you guys see like the divot in this? How much of it I've used? You can kind of see it like right there. Let me turn down the brightness. Can you guys see like the usage I've put into this thing? I use this all the time, whether it's for under my eyes, covering up acne spots or acne scars. The thing I love about this is that even though it's a heavier concealer, it is a little bit heavy, it's a little bit thick, it doesn't settle into my fine, like the creases under my eyes. It does not settle, especially if you kind of set it with just a little bit of a powder, especially the one I'm going to show you in a little bit. If you set this with a powder, it's not moving. It's beautiful and it's skin-like, and I absolutely adore this. I think if you haven't tried this yet, you should. So there's my two concealers for 2021. Okay, I'm gonna move on to setting sprays and powders really quick. For my two powders, they're both from Maybelline. I have the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Pressed Powder. This is beautiful. It's like a soft finish. It makes you look flawless, like especially underneath my eyes, which is where I've used it today. And because it is like a slightly lighter shade than my skin tone, it adds like a nice brightening effect. It's so lovely. I love this. I have this in two shades, and I'm honestly tempted to buy it in like a bronzer shade just because I enjoy it that much. But I mean, you guys can see I've used it. It's beautiful. I honestly I kind of want to buy the Charlotte Tilbury one just to see if this is like a dupe for that, because I feel like this would be a dupe. It doesn't crease, it's not settling, it's gorgeous. Okay. And along the same line, the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder in 05 Fair. This is an amazing all-over face powder for setting your makeup. And I do set my entire face. I don't necessarily have to, but because I wear a mask all day at work, I don't like transfer, and I don't like having like weird splotches on my face, so I'd rather it like remove the powder versus like everything underneath it. But I've used this, like, it's almost gone. It's so good. I really enjoy this. It is a very soft, very fine loose finish or loose powder, and it offers coverage but not a lot of coverage. Hello, honey. So I think if you guys haven't tried this yet, you really should, because it's amazing. And then the the finishing spray I've really been enjoying to the point like it's almost gone, is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Natural Finish setting spray. This does exactly that. Like, if you are looking too matte and you spray this like all over your face, it's going to dry down and it's going to give you just a little bit more of a glow back. It adds a natural shine. It's not glowy, but it's going to give you a nice soft glow. Does that make sense? Like, you can kind of see like on my cheek areas that's not like highlighting, it just looks very skin-like, and that's because of this setting spray. So I really love this. I'm gonna buy another one, and I might honestly like decant some of my other setting sprays into this bottle, because the mister it's pretty good. Yeah, it's really nice. It's a really lovely fine mist. I love that setting spray. I keep wanting to call it a powder. Oh my goodness. Right, so we're moving on to bronzer, blush, and highlight. For cream bronzer, the one I really enjoyed that I tried this year is the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer in Tan Lines. This is a cool toned bronzer. It is a little bit more cool toned, it's a little bit more neutral, it's not really orange. So the thing I love about this is that it goes on so sheer. It goes on so sheer, but you can build it up really nicely, and it's not going to make you look crazy. Can you see that a little bit? Yeah, and it builds up really nicely. If you use a brush, you're gonna get a nice soft finish. If you can manage to find a sponge small enough to fit in here and you use that, this is like a perfect contour shade if you are pale like myself. So I really enjoy this. I do use it quite frequently before I go in with like a powder foundation or a powder bronzer. Now, my favorite powder bronzer this year is actually a duo from Vive. This is in the shade medium, but it works for my pale ass because like you can kind of see it like right here. It works for my pale ass because these are sheer. These are sheer as hell. Like right here, they're really sheer when you use a brush. So I kind of just tap in between the two, and then I use a blush brush to apply it, and it just gives me a nice sheer application. I think I do want to get the one in light, just because sometimes I get a bit heavy-handed with this and then you can tell it's not my shade. But this is a lovely bronzer formula, and I think that as long as Vive keeps coming out with like products like this, they're gonna do really well. I loved this bronzer. This is, since I've used it, this is like one of the only ones that I reach for other than like the e.l.f. one and my Physicians Formula, honestly. But I love this bronzer. It's so nice, and again, it's like very airbrushed. It looks flawless on the face. So there's this one. Now for blush, this one is the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in Exposed. I bought this in a Christmas kit, so it is a mini, but this blush is gorgeous. Like, can you see right there? It is so pretty on the skin, and it's like a peachy pinky color to me. You can, listen, it's very easy to go overboard with this because it is so pigmented, but if you use like a very large blush brush, or sometimes even like a powder brush, and you just like tap it in once or twice, you're going to get a very nice sheer wash of color that builds effortlessly. So I really like this formula. I really love this color. I don't know if this comes in a full size or not, but I love this. It's so good. So there's blush. I think that's like one of the only blushes I tried this year too. That's bad. Well, not bad, but like odd. And then for highlight, this is the Milani Supercharged Highlight Duo in 110. And you have a cream and a powder formula in here. This is the side I'm wearing today, and this is the powder one. But you guys can see it, it's blinding, but it doesn't leave a cast either, so that's really nice. And then this is like a creamier side, I think. I don't know, they honestly could be both cream to powder, but nope. Okay, I lied. This one is the cream side, and that's why I liked it, is because the cream side, I use it over a set base. It doesn't separate my makeup, it doesn't emphasize any texture. It is lovely. Okay, absolutely lovely. I'm so glad I bought this, and I've had this for a while and I didn't try it till this year, but this is a stunning highlight. I like this side better just because it's a little bit more light. This one's pinkier and I don't love that, but they're both really good, but this side is definitely my favorite. Okay, moving on. Okay, so we're gonna do eyeliner, eyebrows, and mascara. So for eyeliner, the only one I've really been reaching for since I got this is the Vive Eye Wand in Raven. Now this is technically an eye base. It's an eye primer or like a cream eyeshadow. This sucks for that reason. It's terrible for that. But it makes a lovely eyeliner because it is supposed to be an eye base. It's really long wearing. It's basically waterproof. It doesn't smudge. It doesn't run under my eyes. And here's the thing. I have hot air blowing up my face because I have to wear a mask at work. Plus I have watery eyes to begin with. This does not move. It is beautiful. And this is, I mean, like, this is a large, if you consider this in terms of a pencil, this is a large pencil. And it's pretty damn black. Like, it's a really nice pencil, but it smudges out really nicely. I know it's not what it's intended for, but that's what I would use it for. That's what I would suggest you use it for. It is lovely. I really, really love this as an eyeliner. I hate it as an eye base, but as an eyeliner, especially to like smoke out the lower lash line, I love this. Okay. Moving on to eyebrows. I've gone through two of these this year. This is the L'Oreal Brow Definer in the shade Brunette. Now, do I need to say more? Mine's looking pretty ratchet because like I lost the spoolie cap, and I'm gonna have to buy another one of these pretty soon because that's all I have left. And this is my second one. So I'm gonna need to buy another one soon. Oh no, I didn't realize that. Shit. But that just goes to show you how much I love this. It lets you get the very fine hairs. It's creamy, but not too creamy, and it doesn't break on you, which is what I really love. I find that with a lot of brow pencils, or brow pens or whatever you want to call them, they break. The tip breaks, and then I'm constantly, and I don't like it. But this is creamy enough to not do that. I can spoolie it through my brows. I'm gonna get like nice defined strokes, and then if I do like the little thing at the front, it gives me natural hairs. Cannot recommend this enough. It's beautiful. Excuse me. For mascara, I got this as gratis for Ulta, so I did not have to pay for this. This is the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara, and this has been around for ages, but I've never tried it, and I found out like I have a sensitivity to the fragrance that Benefit uses, I think, but this doesn't have the fragrance. But look at the wand. The wand is beautiful. That curved edge really lets you get close to the base of your root and wiggle it up to give you the most length and volume that you could possibly get out of a mascara. And then when you turn it around like this to use it for your lower lash line, it doesn't, like, you can't bump yourself unless you sneeze while you're doing this, which don't do that. But this is the only mascara that I've been reaching for. I've even taken it back to work with me. That's what, like, that little, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it, but there's like a green paint dot on this. I've taken this back into work with me on days where I don't want to put on anything, and I'll just put on this mascara because I use it all the time. Like, I'm gonna have to rebuy this at some point because it makes me very sad that it's almost to the point where it's gonna be expired soon. But I love it. It's so, so good. And about that mascara too, you can usually get it on sale, or a lot of the times you can get it on sale. Sometimes Ulta will have it for $10. Right now I think it's 2 for $30. So you can definitely get it on sale and like stock up if you want to, if you find you really enjoy it and you're the type of person who only uses one mascara at a time. But yeah, there's that, my tip. Okay, so for lips, I only have 2 products that I'm going to show you. And they are both from Vive, although I will say MAC slaps in this department as well. This is the Vive Modern Lip Definer in Bark. I used it today. It's like that darker color on the outside edge. I have to sharpen mine again. But this is creamy. Think, like, if you like KKW lip liners, it's a little bit stiffer than that. It's not quite as creamy, but it's damn good, okay? It's really, really good. This is the only one I've been reaching for since I purchased it, other than my MAC ones. So I love this. And then the Vive, what is this? Lipstick in Treasure. This is, I'm sorry, my nose is just so bad. This is like the lighter color right here on my lips. It is lovely. Okay, this is not this one so much. This is like a nice creamy formula. It is like a little bit matte, but not too matte. It doesn't dry down on your lips. But the one in Muse, the red one, that one is like a liquid lipstick in a bullet form. It does not move. This is pretty budge proof too. Like, this will survive underneath a mask without going all over my mouth or all over my face. And it lasts decently long through eating or drinking or anything like that. So I really, really love this combination. Like I said, the only one I've really been enjoying is the Spice Lip Liner from MAC with Velvet Teddy. I love that one too. I don't know where they're at right now, so I couldn't put them in this video. Please don't hurt me. Alright, so now on to my favorite part of this video. We're going to be talking about the eyeshadow palettes. And I'm going to start with the one that surprised me the most with how much I enjoyed it. Just because I don't tend to enjoy this brand's eyeshadows at all. This is the Revolution Soph Extra Spice palette. I got this because Make Me Up Missa uses this palette all the time. And this is like, other than this shade right here, this is like warm tones that I love. So you have like, what is it? Cheesecake, cookie dough, everyday. Like, this is just an everyday palette for me. When I use it, I do use it. It's just not as much as I use like the other 2 palettes I'm going to show you. But if you haven't tried this palette but you like this color story, this is an excellent palette, especially for the price. Like, it's a good palette all around, but it is an excellent palette for the price. The next palette I'm going to show you guys is the Vive the Vive Essential palette. Again, warm neutrals, but you do have a couple of cool tones with Lava Rock and Goodnight. This palette is just lovely. And if you guys watched my testing their video, I did not like the Muse palette that I tried from this brand. But with this formula, you do need to use, in my opinion, a creamier, almost concealer-like eye base for them to really, really shine, because they don't like a dry base. I tried this with the eye wand, which is how I found out I didn't like it as an eye base. I tried this with the e.l.f. one. I've tried this with the MAC concealer I showed you earlier and the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot. Those last 2, it absolutely shines with this. And I really love the shimmers in here. Carrot and Thea are more like toppers, but Glimmer is an opaque shimmery shade. It's really, really, you guys aren't gonna be able to see that there, But it's a really lovely palette. You have your everyday neutral colors in here, and this is going to get a lot of use for me in the future. It already gets a lot of use for me now. Whenever I go to work, this is usually like one of the palettes that I'm wearing. I have like the 3 that I'm showing you. I'm usually wearing one of these 3, but I really do lean into this one quite a bit as well. And then my favorite palette that I've tried this year, like my absolute favorite palette, I'm wearing it right now on my eyes, is the Vintage Rose palette from Give Me Glow Cosmetics. And I don't know if you guys can see like the dent in the Velvet Petals shade, but look at, I use this all the time. And you guys can see, look at how reflective the shimmer shades are. This is stunning. It is an absolutely stunning eyeshadow palette. I really do enjoy this quite a bit. It's pigmented, the mattes are pigmented, but they blend really nicely. The shimmers are a little bit dry, but, well, no they're not, I lied. They're a little bit like chunky, but look at that. Look at that. It's so pretty. And when you take the time to like blend them out, oh my god. It's like, ugh, I die every time I use this palette. I absolutely love it. So this was my favorite palette of the year. Absolutely, this was my top palette for the year, but those ones are also in my top runners. But this one, I think it's their best seller too. So I love this. It's absolutely stunning. And look at the packaging. Oh my god, I die every single time. Alright, you guys, that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please do not forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. I would very much greatly appreciate it. Let me know, did you guys try any of these products this year? What was your best of 2021? Do you guys like these types of videos? Because I can keep doing them every year if you guys like them. And yeah, with that being said, my hair, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get distracted for a minute. My hair is getting so long right now. It's ridiculous. I think I need to cut it off again, but I kind of want to grow it. I don't know. But anyway, if you guys, I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.